I opened my eyes and I was hungry. Really, really hungry. What was becoming the usual routine followed, and after breakfast and a whizzer, Shiny got on the floor again. This time when I went to nip him, he put his arm out, so I thought, why not, and nipped at it. I realised his arm and hand were covered, and my nipping was not getting the same reaction. Instead, Shiny was laughing and wasn't saying that word. This wasn't right. No matter what I did, Shiny didn't get up and storm off. After 10 minutes of this, I gave up and went looking for Cow. Barney 7, Shiny 3. Cow was not sympathetic, and no matter what I said to him, he didn't respond. He just looked at me with that cheeky smile. I picked him up and bit hard, and Cow let out an almighty squealing noise. I threw him up in the air in fright, and he landed on his side. I tried to apologise, but Cow would have none of it, and wouldn't say a word. This got me going again, and I picked him up and bit hard for a second time. Again Cow let out a piercing squeal. I realised the squeal was not pain but pleasure. Cow was having fun. For the next 20 minutes we played and played and played, and Cow kept letting out his little squeals of joy. Shiny finally came through the back door again and grabbed Cow as I threw him to the ground. "Who bought him this little bastard?" I heard Shiny say, which was really confusing because I couldn't see any little bastards flying around, let alone ones that had been bought for me. Shiny put Cow up on the table, and that was the end of our morning game. All of a sudden I felt an urge to take a dump. Shiny was still in the back room, so I went outside, too embarrassed to do it in front of him. Shiny saw this and ran off calling, "Mum, he went outside by himself. What a good boy, what a good boy, Barney." Mum came out, and when I finished she gave me a big cuddle and a treat to eat. I was really confused again, because it seemed that one day I was a good boy for taking a dump, then a bad boy the next day, then a good boy again the day after that. Maybe I should be only taking a dump every second day. Shiny left for work and I settled down to my morning nap. Cow wasn't tired, but he just lay there next to me like a good friend does. I was just dozing off when Mum came out the back door calling me, "Barney, come inside and get a treat." I was on my feet faster than you could blink, but as soon as I went inside she closed the back door behind me. Trickery! Well, I never. I jumped up at the door and barked my disapproval, but to no avail. Mum got in the car, said the magic word, and the big roller door opened. She backed the car into the driveway, came back through the magic roller door and back inside. She went and got me a treat, and we both went into the back room. Mum told me she was going out for a while and I was going to be left on my own. No! I didn't want to be left on my own. I had never been left by myself, and the thought of it was scary. She went inside, locked the back door and left through the front. I could hear the car backing down the driveway and then taking off down the road. An eerie silence engulfed the back room. The sun went behind a cloud and all of a sudden the room seemed a dark, frightening place. A big crow came and sat down on the clothesline and stared right into my eyes. I didn't like the look of him and was getting very nervous. I went and got Cow, so at least it would be 2 against 1 should a fight break out. I barked at the crow and told Cow to join in. He was so scared he just lay there looking silly. We needed some cover, so I picked up Cow and started to look around. The crow came off the clothesline and landed just outside the sliding back door. I was getting desperate when all of a sudden I noticed a small gap behind the little house and the back wall of the big house. I ducked in there with Cow just in time. I could hear the crow making a hell of a racket, but we were safe, hidden in what became known as Barney's Tunnel. Crow and I stayed in Barney's Tunnel until Dad got home from work. Or was it when Mum got home from her outing? I can't remember which. We dare not come out in case Crow was still there. I spent the time telling Cow about my life so far. The farm, my real mum and dad, my brothers and sisters, and how my new mum and Shiny came and got me and brought me to their house, and all the adventures I'd had so far. Cow was a really good listener and never once interrupted. Even when I finished my story, I could tell he was gobsmacked and didn't say a word. He kept me company in the tunnel until it was safe to come out. Mum and Shiny had dinner at the table in my back room that night, and I got a little piece of meat that Shiny saved for me off his plate. It had been a very scary day, and I decided to go to bed early that night. I dreamt of the crow and other scary demons. It was a restless night.